What's up, visionaries?
What's good?
Welcome to another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. I'm Tanya, and I'm joined by my wonderful husband,
Lamont.
And we hope you're doing well as usual. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Today, we got another balloon popping episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. And in these episodes of Visions of Love, these pop the balloon episodes, my husband and I, we like to, critique the dating scene. We like to find the negatives, turn them into positives, because we're all about helping in this dating world today. It's not an easy thing.
No.
Okay, because our ultimate goal is a healthy marriage, and the only way you're gonna get there is through healthy dating.
Yeah.
intentional dating.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, this Pop the Balloon episode, we gonna get into
Dissect.
it. Open it up. When we was in school, you had to dissect a frog. We about to dissect some Pop the Balloons.
Let go.
I'm an author. My first book is called Why Good Men Go Bad. My second book is called Pocket Full of Cash. It's a financial help book. And I also own my own logistics trucking company.
Okay, cool. And now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to travel, shop, read, write.
You gotta be careful. Somebody like to shop.
Enjoying life.
Nice. And now,
He's single. He like to shop. I think he'll say something different when he get a woman like to shop.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Emotionally, I don't need a woman for finances, but it would be cool if she does have some type of business about herself.
Okay, nice. Now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breakers, I would say somebody that's negative, a woman that smokes cigarettes, and also a woman that has children.
Okay, all right. Well, we got some pop balloons. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping. Let's start here. Your name and age.
Hi, my name is Shaylin, and I'm 30.
And Shaylin, what do you do?
I'm a student.
Okay, nice. And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
I popped it because you're just a little too old for me.
Yeah.
Good pop.
And now,
Makes
is
sense,
she someone that's your
It
type?
does.
Yeah, I do believe 30. When you're at 30, like a 10, I think there's like a 10-year age gap between the two. I think 5 is a decent level of an age gap. If you were to pick somebody underage or over age, 5 years I think is a good age gap. Anything besides that, you got maturity and just you robbing the cradle or you being a sugar mama or sugar daddy when the age gap is too big.
Like
10,
that.
14 years.
And you're also unequally yoked.
Yeah.
In the mind, I mean,
the maturity level.
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah, so it makes sense. We talked about that in the last video.
So make sure you catch that.
Thank you. Let's go down over here. Your name and age.
Nashima, 33.
And Nashima, what do you do?
I am a corporate trainer.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's just the aesthetics. You look really, really, really good. Like, spiffy. Like, you look amazing. But I'm just a little bit more like, yes, let me see the socks. I love it. Yeah, but it's just not my aesthetic. But you look amazing.
Okay, cool. And now is she someone that's your type?
She's cool. Maybe just a little bit too much makeup, but other than that, you seem like you got a good personality.
Go ahead, babe.
You go, babe.
No, I was just gonna say that's another thing that a lot of men has been saying on Pop the Balloon. The makeup. I understand, wanting less makeup initially. Because they're piling it on these days.
Yeah.
Makeup is really being piled on and not like we used to do. Like we in my days, we barely wore makeup.
Yeah.
But it's like now, it's a thing.
I mean, they're seeing too many celebrities because you getting to see a whole lot of celebrities, like people in front of camera every day, and people think that they're celebrities now. Yeah. So they want to put makeup on, caking it on, and they got to realize the people online, the people in the video, or the celebrities, they actually getting the makeup artists to do that.
Right, so it looks good.
It
contours
it
skin.
look better than the natural person that don't know what they're doing putting on makeup. And sometimes we just overdo it.
Yeah.
And that's why you gotta listen to when some people say that you got on too much makeup. Sometimes you gotta take it in consideration because maybe you do got on too much makeup. But a lot of times you can't see the picture when you're in the frame.
Right.
But to each his own.
Yeah, to each his own. But I know, like I was saying, growing up, I really couldn't get into makeup, and I got blemishes. So now that I'm married, I feel like a little more. I still don't really like makeup, but I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
To wear makeup. I think that if you're in a dating scene, that you should lighten it up. So the man can see what he getting.
Yeah, natural beauty.
Yeah, he can see your natural beauty, and then as y'all go along, you can start wearing makeup. But again, to each his own, and that's something that you can talk to. I don't think that's a reason to really pop per se, because that's something that you can talk. Yeah, you can talk about that after.
Even when she said about the clothes, all those things, hair, makeup, clothes, all those things are tangible traits.
Yeah.
Those traits that can probably be adjusted if you just talk to the person. Especially if you feeling them. People normally change certain things. People will change to suit they mate. And especially for a man, that's clothes. Men don't care too much about the clothes they wear. They just wear clothes. Some people, you got the pretty boys and all that. But a lot of men, they'll dress. If you say you like this, they'll put on what you like. If you say you don't like this, they won't wear this because it ain't what you like. And you got some people that really don't want to be in a relationship. They say, well, it is what it is. You can't tell me what to wear. Yeah. Those people really don't want to be in a relationship. But if somebody in a relationship, they really want to make a relationship work, they're going to change things to suit the person they love.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that if a man is single, or a woman, they single, so they pretty much gonna wear what they want to wear. Yeah, but when natural. In a relationship, things change. Yeah. They want to get fly for their partner. They want to wear what their partner like to see. You know, so just keep that in mind. Don't let the clothes be a deal breaker. A deal breaker. That's the word.
Yeah, deal breaker. Yeah, because those things that can be changed.
Or the makeup, unless I know some men don't wear makeup, but it's a simple question. Do you wear a lot of makeup? I wouldn't particularly ask right here. Yeah. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't ask right here if I got some kind of attraction and I feel like, it could go somewhere. Yeah. But on the date, I would ask. And people be embarrassed on camera, like, what you mean? I can wear my makeup, and us women, we can get feisty.
Yeah, don't get offended.
About you asking us about our weaving, about our makeup. Shoot. So do that, somewhere else.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go on over here. Your name and age.
My name is Holly, and I'm 28.
And Holly, what do you do?
I'm an accountant.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
He's just a little too old for me. Yeah.
All right. Now, Ice, is she someone that's your type?
It's kind of normally I don't go for braids. Yours don't really look that bad, but I'm just not really a fan of braids. But
no worries.
You seem like you got a cool personality about yourself. What it is.
All right, thank you.
We gotta pop
he just knocked a lot of women out.
Your name and age.
I ain't a fan of braids.
Martina, what do you do?
I am a hairstylist, girl specialist. I educate and I also teach yoga.
So, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Because it's what I do for a living, and I'm just super positive about hair, and I never know how my hair is going to be, so I don't want to have any restrictions on who I'm dating and kind of have you feel like you have a say in how my hair looks.
Okay, nice.
Well, I mean, you have, you'll always be you. Yeah. Everybody's not going to align with what you want, and I mean, it is what it is, So that's cool. It's understandable.
Right. Now she's someone that's your type.
She's cool. The outfit is alright for this type of setting, but you're alright, to be honest. You seem cool. I got good personality though.
Thank you.
A lot of clothes.
Thank you. And then we had one more down over. Oh, actually two more Okay, your name and age.
I am Stephanie. I am 39.
And Stephanie, what do you do?
I do casework for the state of Arizona.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's giving a little studious. Maybe you read books on vacation as opposed.
It's giving a little studious. Maybe read books on vacation. Really?
The man said he was an author.
Yeah, I think I've heard it all.
So maybe.
And then he got, and you know what make it so bad? Then he got the little nerdy look in the way.
Yeah, the bookworm.
I don't know why. It's almost like when men get over further, they got this old stance about him.
Mm-hmm.
And he got that old stance about him. That he, even if he was 30, he look old with just standing like that. Man, stop standing like that on the show, man. You make yourself look older.
And he's giving studious.
Okay.
To me.
And you know, like I said, I think that is a nice suit that he got on, but like I said, you is come to date. Now he would have did better with an older audience, somebody 45, people 40 and older.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been more receptive to what he got on.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's with the young in their 30s, under 35, most of them, that it just not work. So I think he just came in on the wrong audience. I think he should have. Sometimes I think they need to do better matching up with the age group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A better match with the age group because he really ain't had no change coming out here. 44 years old, with most of the women under 35.
Yeah, she seems to be a little.
I like the glasses, I actually do, but it's definitely giving very book reader.
Most of them under 35.
I want to maybe turn up a little bit.
Yeah.
So she said he's like a bookworm. She want to turn up.
So I guess basically what you're saying is my outfit seems like I read a lot of books. Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't say your outfit, just the whole vibe gives a very like.
He trying to understand. He like, I'm sorry, maybe. What?
And then he all bookworm. Look, he just stopped living like this.
Kind of that, yeah. I guess I'm not.
I mean, you're an author.
Yeah, I'm an author. But
he's an author. It's giving author.
She tripping.
And this is not an.
Cool. Put press play right
now. Bad thing. That's actually amazing. That's incredible. That you are. Congratulations on that. But for me personally, it's not my vibe.
Do you know? I'm just, and it's cool. We don't.
I love books, but
do you not like intelligent man or?
I absolutely do, but it's just giving a vibe that.
Okay, that's cool. I don't want to pressure it or anything. I'm just curious on what it is.
And I really do hope you don't take that the wrong way. Not like, but just it's giving a vibe that.
That's cool. That's cool. Preference. It's trust me, you cool.
No, she's someone that's your type.
I do like your shape. You do got a nice shape.
Thank you, Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Pretty smart. Yeah. She cool.
Thank you. Let's go over here.
That's crazy though, man. Like I said, you never can judge a book by its cover because you judging people like that and you don't know. The man told you what he did. He told the lady what he did. So for her to judge him like that just don't make no sense. And you couldn't tell her, you don't just because this person write books, that don't mean they're a bookworm. Yeah. I write books. Me and my wife, we are authors. We wrote our first book about 2 years ago. We're working on 2 more books. Yeah. So you wouldn't look at me and say, he write books.
Do we look like authors?
And I don't do I write books. I read 2 or 3 books a month. But you can never tell that by looking at me. So don't judge a book by its cover. Get the note. The only way you can judge is when they open up their mouth and you ask questions. Please ask more questions and stop judging people before you get to know people. Because otherwise, people gonna stay single.
Yeah, for me, I feel like that's what they're trying to do.
Stay single.
Yeah, they on Pop the Balloon. Stay single.
Stay single.
Just to be seen.
Yeah.
If they handle seen by people or something like. What's the deal, yo?
It do seem like it because ain't no way they coming on here being so closed-minded about finding
optimistic. Love. Nah, that ain't even optimistic.
Yeah, I was about to use that, but I'm not.
Yeah, no, it ain't.
Just closed-minded about finding love. That's crazy. They're not. You're never gonna do it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Right.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Sapphire, what do you do?
I'm a multi-unit restaurant manager at a resort in San Diego.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just a little bit above my age range for dating. You do look very nice. Maybe not.
That was a good way to say a restaurant manager. That sounds very important. I ain't saying it's not important, but she's like, I'm a multi-unit. Yeah, she made it sound. I just had to point to that.
The style that I would probably want my guy to dress like on a date, but I figured someone your age that's appropriate.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and that's why I said like his attire is just not suitable for their age group.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just can't take him because he already older and he look older by when you dress like that.
Yeah, and they uncles come in looking like that. The uncle from the church.
Yeah.
Maybe daddy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I think he would have been better off with an older crowd.
Yeah.
Over 40. I think all that should do more age bracket thing. That way you got a better chance of finding a mate when you got somebody actually your age.
Yeah.
That ain't looking
at
at
least
you like
age.
At least age. Yeah.
More mature than.
It's cool. I was on a previous show. I wore a whole different type of outfit.
I think I
nothing like what I have on now, and I got roasted. But y'all see what it is. Like I said, I can get
well, maybe like you was like stark contrast, and maybe somewhere in the middle.
Nah, it's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now she's someone that's your type.
She's cool. I like your personality.
Thank you.
Like that's what's up.
Well, you think I'm pretty then?
Don't do that.
Don't ask no question like that on a public show because you might get the answer and sometimes the truth hurts. The truth ain't always be what you expect. So don't ask no stupid question like that. Do you think I'm pretty? Do you think I'm handsome? Don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not necessarily to no disrespect. You're not necessarily the type.
And anytime somebody set the stage for saying no disrespect or I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, a lot of times what you about to say is gonna be exactly what you saying it's not. Mm-hmm. So when he said I'm not trying to be disrespectful, what he's gonna do is actually be disrespectful because he already put the disrespectful in her head. She wouldn't think about that, but since you said it, now I'm thinking that you probably gonna be disrespectful. But you want me to take it nicely. Your disrespect that you about to tell me, you want me to take it nicely. That's why you set me up saying no disrespect. Crazy.
Woman that I would go for. However, your personality, and we was to continue to talk more, I would you another question.
Yes.
Okay. Other than sex, cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, how could you enhance a man's life?
Okay. Get back there and come up. Let's start here. How can I enhance a man's life? The real question is, how can you enhance mine? As a woman, you naturally enhance a man's life just with your presence, with your energy.
I don't know about that.
Me neither. I don't feel like a woman naturally enhances a man's life.
No.
I don't feel like a man naturally enhances a woman's life. No. I think that, as they grow and build and start connecting, they enhance each other. Yeah. Everybody brings something different to the table.
Yeah. I think more or less you got to find out what they come to the table for, because a lot of people come to the table to take a to-go plate. They're not necessarily come to bring nothing to the table. They really come to see what they can get. A lot of people see what they can get, and sometimes you don't break that until they actually say, "Oh, I like them."
Right.
But at first, many people, especially right now, we got what they call it, transactional dating. So you got people that's come to really see what they can get. Like a lot of people on the show, they're not looking for love. You can tell based off the decisions they're making about trying to find a mate. They act like they're getting married. That you can tell that people really not looking for love. They're just trying to see what they can get. They're just trying to test the water. And testing the water, you can end up getting with somebody that's not adding to enhancing your life. You can get with somebody that's draining your life because they come to take. Not give or not come to be of service to somebody else. They come to take, see what you can get from them.
And it's very important to pay attention to these people who might be looking for the transactional
Yeah.
type of dating, because if that's not what you're looking for, leave. Like, pay attention. Be in it for what you in it for, which is also love.
Yeah.
And don't go in it and stay in it with feelings. Don't be all in your feelings while you dating, you know?
Yeah.
Because feelings will get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You feel like you love them, and you end up doing something that you regret because you ain't really like this person. So just, be very intentional about it.
Naturally. To answer your question, how do you enhance a man's life? I feel like women naturally enhance their man's life just by being in it, period. No matter what you are, where you are in life, as a woman, you naturally enhance a man. There are so many different ways and styles that a woman touches a man's life. So,
and even still too, I mean, just thinking about it, you have to be like, I can see where a healed woman, a woman walking in her power, a woman that's ready to be picked by her husband, a woman after God's own heart, I can see where a certain woman can enhance because her light gonna shine on that man, but it's still like a two-way street.
Yeah. I mean,
because not only can a woman enhance a man, a woman can also bring a man down at first, when they first start dating and being in a relationship, by spoiling them, by letting them, not forcing them to work, not asking them to do, the woman doing everything, letting the man just lollygag and do nothing. So I mean, it can go both ways.
And the same thing for a man. A man can enhance a woman, he can tear a woman down. But more than likely, it depends on the person you get, whether they enhancing or not. But a lot of times, naturally, women do kind of enhance a man. Like she said, my baby said, they come in whole. Then they're gonna naturally enhance your life. But you gotta show a woman where she needs to enhance your life at. Sometimes, in these streets, a closed mouth just don't get fed. So if you're not telling somebody what they need to do to help you enhance your life, then you're probably not gonna be enhanced. People more likely gonna do the least they can do to get the most results. So naturally, people are naturally gonna do the barrier of least resistance to get the results. So if they get to do less, they're gonna do less. If you force them to do more, you want them to do more, and they love you, they like you, then they're gonna do more to help you enhance your life.
Yep, and in order to do that, communication is key.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Closed mouth do not get fed. So a woman don't know what she need done, and a man don't know what you need done or what you want done until you open your mouth
and say something. And also attentiveness on the woman's part or the man's part.
Yeah.
Like if we're being attentive, then no, we can't read minds, but we can recognize some of the things that
needs to be
done, or he like or she like,
Yeah. And I think
to enhance the relationship.
Yeah, attentiveness is a skill that women and men must possess. So they can't. Then they will be able to enhance your life. But if you're not attentive, then you're gonna unintentionally not enhance somebody's life, for the man or the woman, because you're not attentive about it.
Yeah.
Somebody's life, you got to be attentive about it. You got to be paying attention. Otherwise, you will come in and do the least and want the most.
Yeah.
So be careful who you pick.
Right.
I feel like it should be a fair question. How else would you enhance mine as well? Because, typically it's just the woman enhancing the man's life. But how does a man enhance hers?
A man can be a provider for you. He could be a protector. If you're following the right guy, he could lead you. I mean, for my woman, if whoever she is, I got a whole business for her. So that would be one of the ways that I would enhance my woman's life. So there's many different situations depending on the man. But for my woman, whoever she is, I have a business for her. If she's interested and open to learning a new business.
Fair. But what if she already has one established herself and she already protects herself? She already provides for herself.
Tit for tat.
How else?
Yeah, tit for tat. And no woman wants to really have to protect themselves,
Yeah.
I mean, a woman can't protect herself like a man can. I feel like a woman out walking alone will get attacked. She can get attacked, but if she with a man, then it's less likely.
Yeah.
that she gonna get attacked. So,
and it's crazy that she actually threw. I just realized she actually threw the question back on him that he said, because what he said was all the main things like the woman do, food, clothes, and you know what I'm saying, sex and stuff. So actually, what she said was the same thing that he said. He can't use that.
Right.
The basic things that naturally a man supposed to do: provide, protect, and what else he says? Nurtures.
That's all.
Yeah, but provide and protect, those are naturally things that a man's supposed to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, he's supposed to pay. He's supposed to protect. Naturally, he's supposed to be a provider, and naturally, he's supposed to be somebody who pushes or guides his wife in the right direction.
Yeah. But a man who's not walking in his power, that's all they know to do.
Yeah,
provide and protect.
Yeah, and that's the first thing that men I was
taught to do.
Mm-hmm. If I would consider myself a man, then I would have considered myself a man at 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
If that's all it takes for a man to do is provide and protect, because I was that. But see, when you fully grow, you understand that that's the first barrier of manhood, to be a provider, and you actually just making money. And a lot of times, people making money for yourself.
Right. And then when you make a lot of people making money with things, making it the right way. I mean, you can't call yourself, okay, can you still call yourself a man if you making the money, you providing, but you getting it by like selling drugs, or, you know, you providing illegally. You know what I'm saying? Is that a man? Does that make you a man?
No.
It should be done the right way. Yeah. You know, so anybody can be a man and provide and protect them was all.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if I was just out here making, then I would call myself. You got kids out to make money, so they would be a provider.
Right.
But actually, it's more deep.
First entry. Right. To be able to love your woman like God love the church, like God love you. As a man.
Yeah.
But that's another story. I'm no storyteller.
And like I say, another thing, like, man, sometimes you got to give the woman things that she needs to do to enhance your life.
Yeah.
Like I said, women sometimes people just don't know what you don't tell them.
Yeah.
You enhance a woman's life, because that's like an atypical answer, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's all through communication. If she wants to keep doing what she's doing and communicate that, then, you know, I'm pretty sure that'll be cool. It's no pressure for her to jump on board on what I'm doing. But
he went back to what he's doing. So it seems like sometimes you do get a man that older than that thing. They do be wanting women to come in and enhance their business. Like he keeps saying, that's the second time he said that, and when she said, he reverted back to what he said as far as getting in his business. So a lot of times you do get these older men like that. They want the woman to kind of stop what they're doing, or maybe help him out, cater to his business.
But but if you can read between the lines with him using discernment, then you know he that type of man.
Yeah.
He waited to have kids.
Yeah.
He been hustling.
Yeah.
He been grinding. So the last thing that he need is that wife.
Yeah, the seal deal.
Yeah. And so he already got things set.
Yeah.
He been setting his path.
Yeah.
For how he building his life. He's been building his life for how he wanted to go.
Yeah. And many times men and women, if you're meant to be in a relationship, and I say all these people on the Pop the Balloon show, so they urge us to be with a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't become your full self until you get with the partner, if your urge is to be with the partner, because your time be spent trying to find love. Mm-hmm. Or it's not necessarily trying to find love, but you're still a part of you that's unwhole, and you need to be filled with the part that's missing. And a lot of times that's a mate.
Yeah.
I can never see, like I said, some people just will not reach their full potential. And I say he got a lot more growing. If he find him a good mate, then everything else gonna blow up.
Yeah.
He gonna feel fulfilled, and then he gonna start firing on all cylinders for the rest of his little time here on earth.
Yeah. Because he probably feel like all the stuff that he can do himself, he done.
Yeah.
So he need his mate.
Yeah, need a helper to help finish the race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And over here. What was the question?
How can a woman help enhance a man's life?
Other than sex, cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, house how else could you enhance a man's life?
Being supportive, being someone that's dependable, right? Like, I think just in any friendship or any relationship, you want somebody that's dependable, someone you can rely on, someone that, let me see what else. A woman that, again, nurturing, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see where we need to go. Like, let's get there, and then again, all these answers were played out in my head, and I promise they were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, absolutely. Just really being, if that's your partner, you're supposed to be one.
Yeah. And like I said, that's really the thing, being attentive. And like she said, if that's your partner, you're supposed to be one. So if you guys, you might have different things going on, but ultimately the different things y'all got going on is kind of still pushing to one direction. You might be in real estate, I might be a loan officer. So those are things that different things, but we still can push to one direction. Those are the matches that can really work. Those are people that got aligned values and goals and actually got something to talk about when they get home from work. Because that's been key, because I let a lot of people saying they don't want to be in no boring relationships. And relationships gonna be boring if you don't have nothing to keep y'all talking when y'all at home, when y'all together. Something in common to keep the curiosity, keep the intellect growing. And that's what something common that y'all working towards, that y'all actually like. It's kind of going towards congruent to the same field.
Yeah, that's why one of the pluses is getting with your mate young.
Yeah.
I ain't saying too young, but so y'all can build together.
Yeah.
Grow together.
Yeah.
Right. So understanding where somebody's lacking, right? And making sure that you're accountable for that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, ladies, any questions for our guy here? You do? Okay.
So at this big grown age, why are you still single?
At this big grown age, why are you still single?
Simple. I don't know if I said it in one of my deal breakers. But do you have children?
I do not.
You do not?
No.
Okay, cool. So me, I don't.
Do you have children?
No, I don't have no children as well.
Why?
Because I want to have kids, but I want to have children with a lady who doesn't have children. I want to go through that experience together.
Are you able to have kids?
Of course.
Have you ever had like a scare? Like, do you know?
Have I ever had a scare?
Yeah. Like, do you know that you're able to have kids?
Nah, I protect myself.
I'm just saying, have you ever had like your sperm counted?
Have I ever had a what?
Your sperm.
What?
What a question to ask.
What a question to ask, especially at this moment. I don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
This is something that she could have easily asked on the date, or
And you don't say that he had the sperm count testing. You say, are you able to have kids? That's a more respectful question. Are you able to have? But you don't answer on the show. That's a me and you question, not a out here like that.
Yeah, but he don't even probably know. I mean, because he haven't been wanting to have kids, so he hadn't been to the doctor to get a sperm.
Yeah. I mean, most people don't unless you're in a relationship and you're trying to have kids.
Right.
So
now, if the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think a woman would have took that too kindly.
No.
Like, don't ask me, what you mean, can I have kids?
Have
I got my eggs tested?
But even though he going up there to 45, a lot of things, like I said, with people that are having kids, some people are even women. Some women are more fertile than other women. That's why you got some people in their 40s and 30s, they ain't got kids. They can't have kids. So it's not necessarily that they're not out here having sex because they 40 years old. They'd have been through in plenty of relationships, so they're out here doing it, and they just can't have kids because they're not fertile enough.
Right.
That's the only difference between the one with kids, with multiple kids, and the one without kids. It's not that they're not having sex; they both have the same. The one without kids probably busting down more because the one with kids, she's a little more tied down. But the one without kids, he probably busting down, but you don't know because you can't see the evidence of them having sex with kids. Right. So you never know who's which. Don't never judge a book by its cover just because somebody haven't had kids. You never know because they probably can't have kids. Like I said, at 45, 40 years old, they probably can't have kids. That's why they ain't had no kids yet.
Mm-hmm.
Count it? Like, do you know if you're able to have kids?
I'm
really being honest. I'm so sorry.
He ain't never been at that. It's kind of embarrassing.
He's like, man, that you ever talked in your life, right? Like, you know what I mean? I think that's a very honest question, right? For a manager.
That you ask for a personal.
Honest, yeah.
It's an honest question, but that's on a personal note.
Right.
Not openly like that.
I'm
right.
Hustling in the foundation for my business so that when I do meet that woman, she doesn't have to go to work after she gets pregnant. She can stay home with the child and raise our kids. So that, because, you know, most kids, if they go to like kindergarten or whatever, they can't speak. I don't want nobody abusing my child. So therefore, I feel
like he been kind of living intentional. He been living intentional. Yeah. If you don't have nothing to live by, sometimes you live by anything.
Yeah.
So you steer off of what you really want in life.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of people do focus on their career. Some people choose career. Some people don't have a career, so they out here just doing nothing. So they gravitate to anybody who calls their name. So they just bored and they get into relationships. But in his case, he wasn't bored. When you got a mission, you can bypass time and you can actually avoid nonsense relationships when you got something going on in your life. That's why it's so essential when you are young, 18 or 16 to 25, when the pivotal age that people normally get in the most trouble. They normally mess up their life between the age of 18 or 16 to 25. So if those are times that you can grab a hold of something and get a direction in your life, you will be a whole lot better. Because once you're about 27, you can bypass that 16 to 25 and get a head on your shoulder, then you will be a whole lot better than mentally wise than a lot of people out here.
Yeah, I feel like he actually too a disciplined man, because men are all over the place.
Yeah.
They all over the place, especially when they see a good looking woman.
Yeah.
They ready to have sex, not even covered.
Yeah.
No nothing, you know. So for him to be 45 with no kids and he put his business and stuff first, he a disciplined man. That's good. I'm surprised he ain't saying nothing about God.
No.
So that she can stay home and watch over the kids. So I
have met
a lot of beautiful women in my time, some great women, but they had kids, and that's why I never let it go to that extra step.
Okay. Why? Because you wanted to create your own family?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to go through that experience for the first time with somebody who hasn't been through that experience before. If it doesn't work, then it is what it is. But because you can't take that back, you can't do that twice. Yeah. I don't want to just give up and just accept a woman who has kids and not experience that.
Okay.
But you know, and me hearing too, it seems like too that he's thinking about a woman that does not want to have kids too. Like he might be. It seems like he was meeting women that don't want to have no more kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be experience. Maybe experience that y'all both experienced the first time. And that's nice. But
yeah, each time a person have a kid, it's like new.
Yeah, it's a new kid.
So yeah, that is kind of, you know.
Yeah,
keeping him. It's definitely keeping him out the game.
Yeah, but he's 45, so he's pushing on up there. And like I said, like I said, I think he just don't want to settle with just being a stepdad. Mm-hmm. He want to have his own kids,
which is cool. But he better get busy.
Yeah, because he up there. Because by the time he had them kids, he's 45. So if he had kids, well, he's looking about another 5 years. He's gonna be 50 years old.
Yeah, they're gonna be 5. Well, nah. If he don't get busy then. So if he wait for you're right.
Yeah.
So by the time they go to high school, he's gonna be about 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better get busy, partner.
You get up there at that age, man. And sometimes I think it's almost it ain't even good to have the kids when they're too old because
at a certain age.
Yeah, because you too old.
Yeah, you might as well get with somebody with some kids.
Yeah. I wouldn't want no kids at 45 years old.
Yeah. Somebody with some teens.
Yeah. Go short that time span. Because if you ain't never had it, man, I say things show ain't always what it cracked up to be. That's why sometimes it is good to experience a woman with kids, so you can see if you want kids, because you think kids are kids. And a lot of times, like I said, it ain't about the mother, it's about the family, because the whole family dynamic is going to dictate how that kid turned out too. It's not just the mother. So you look at it, and that's the one of the things that I can see that's good, that you can see with the woman that has had kids. You can see how she mothers a kid. See, when somebody ain't had no kids, so everything is up left for suggest you don't know what's going to happen, because she never had kids, and a lot of times men ain't even checking out the family dynamics that's going to actually contribute to how the kids turn out,
and it's going to also contribute to your experience that you're looking for in having a kid.
Okay, any question here?
Yeah, I didn't catch your age at the beginning. How
44.
old are you? 44. Oh, jeez.
That's cool. It's cool. Trust me, it's cool. I was it's cool. I ain't tripping.
But I do like that we have a lot of things in common. We share similar interests.
Baby, it's cool. Trust me. I ain't tripping at all.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So now, is she someone that you type?
Yeah, she is pretty.
Thank you.
But trust me, it's cool.
Okay. I wish you would, though. I do.
Alright. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have our one unpopular balloon over here. So is she someone that's your type?
She is my type.
Oh, thank you. Why?
I mean, to me, in my eyes, you're beautiful.
She ready to pop, man.
Thank you.
You have pretty toes too. I like the toes.
Now we're gonna do the zoom cam on the feet. Thank you. Thank my mom and dad. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, let's see. How do you deal with conflict resolution in a relationship?
Conflict it's really about talking to the individual, seeing what is the problem, seeing if it could be something that we could actually talk about. I mean, everything could be talked about, but
because there's they say 69% of problems in a relationship are perpetual, meaning they can't be solved. It's based off the way people grew up, people values that they grew up with, and just different perspectives altogether. Some problems in a relationship just can't be solved, but some problems can be solved, and there's a cause and an effect. If we solve the problem with solve the cause of the problem, then we won't be dealing with the effects of the problem.
Okay. Very well said, babe.
Cause and effect.
For me. So let me bring you up here first. Come on, let's come up here. Come on up here, y'all. All right. So if you both have a final question, just one, you can feel free to ask it.
I have a lot of more questions, just because so many women pop. I didn't get to ask too many questions.
You get one up here, girl. And then we can decide if it's a match. You get to learn more on a date. It's not like you're getting married up here.
and that's true, man. Like I said, I see most people, they coming on the show, and they actually pause right quick.
That that if you're not feeling me like that,
they actually act like that they get married, man. You gotta realize they coming on this show to find love. You coming on the show after you leave the show, you going on a date where you can actually get to know the person more, and then that's when you find out if there's somebody I can actually see myself getting in a relationship with. And a lot of times, it's barely enough time on the show for people to actually get questions off. I think more people should be more open to actually leaving off the show with people, so they can actually get to build a connection. People doing all this traveling. They travel from all across the country, all across the United States, only coming to the show only to leave empty-handed because they let some stupid tangible traits mess up their connection, or people around them, other influence, mess up something that they got to go home by themselves. You the one got to go home single by yourself. You can't be worried about everybody else around you, because ultimately you come on here to find love. Don't let other people dictate you picking.
Or you finding love.
Really went from 0 to 100 with your outfit from the previous episode. I do. But yeah.
It's cool.
Okay, wait, come back. So, why'd you end up popping?
Ultimately because I think that, he allowed people to tell him, who or how he should dress, when he should really dress how he feels, right? Like, you know what I mean? Kind of change.
That's crazy because, you know, men switch up. Men will dress how the woman. Some men, you know, they just stuck in their ways, but a lot of men, they don't care. They just dress how they dress. And if a woman say, "Well, I like you in this, I like you in that, you look better than this," they're gonna switch up, not necessarily changing themselves for a person, but they just switching up because you recommend it. And if I'm gonna do what people like, if I can get a woman, then I'll dress it. You say, "Oh, I like people in jeans," or they like, I'm gonna dress in jeans because that's a tangible trait. That's something I can switch up. I'm not set in stone of just wearing a suit. You're not set in stone just wearing casual clothes. People switch up. Men switch up. They cater to the person that they like. So it's not necessarily switching up for people. It's just switching up because it didn't go well last episode. Right. So I'm just switching up and see if this go well. It's just a simple thing, man. But that was a crazy way for her to pop just off what she said. The man ain't switching up. You know, you can talk to the man. She talked to him enough. I think she could say that he's a pretty firm man in his own skin, not worried about what other people doing. You can see, that
grown age.
That much we can get. I'm sure she should be able to get from just talking to him that he's not somebody. So I think that was crazy for her to pop the balloon like that. That was actually an excuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like everybody could be dynamic, right? And don't get me wrong, right? But I feel like I wish you could have came in your first episode like that. And yeah, but I love your answers. I love the fact that you're not there. I love, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you're a great person, like, in entirety.
Yeah, then that's cool. You know, it's a situation like this. If you go to a wedding, there's a certain attire that you wear to a wedding. Obviously, this situation is a formal situation, even though I was very comfortable in what I was wearing because that's who I am. I got plenty of outfits, and when I leave this for
I love the Ferragamos, by the way. I love the Ferragamos, by the way.
They look very nice. Thank you, appreciate it. But I didn't change. I did this to let them know that it can't be what it is. But mentally, I'm really in my traveling era, enjoying life era. So when I came, that's what it was. And in a couple of days, I'll be back on a plane, and that's what it will be. So, but it's cool.
I love that.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. For sure. Thank you, ladies.
All right. Well, Ice, that's all the balloons popped, unfortunately. But thank you so much for coming on. Let's give it up for them, ladies. I'll take the mic.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. So let me ask you, in the last 2 years, something that you have done, think that you've accomplished that you're extremely proud of.
Okay. Your name and age, and name 2 things that you've accomplished that you're proud of.
Hi, my name is Janelle. I'm 34. I left Jersey. I moved all the way to Tampa, Florida. Got my real estate license. Got my life and health insurance license. I wrote a book. I can go on and on, right? Because I am legit, like, I don't stop. So I'm just blessed to be able to do it. Amen. And got closer to God, which is amazing.
Your name and age, and the answer to this question.
Stephanie, 39. In the last 2 years, I'm actually going to say rededicated my life to God. Grew up in the church. I'm a PK, all of that.
Didn't she say she said she rededicated her life, but she said the dude was a big one. She wanted to turn up. So did she dedicate her life, or is she ready to turn up? Because I thought turn up come before you dedicate your life.
And then just promoting within my career. And I continue to do that and will, but I'd say my career and relationship with God.
And over here, your name and age, and answer to this question.
I'm Sapphire, 35. My 2 things are I moved up in my career, so increased my salary, increased my knowledge, increased my position at my company and everything. So I'm really proud of that. And then just getting closer with my family, spending more time with my family and not working so much because I don't have to work as much now. And like during the holidays and everything, I'm getting closer with family. So that was something I wasn't able to do, like, because I was working so hard before. So moving up and getting closer with family.
Okay. All right. So you do have that pick in your hand. I am going to have you pop one balloon.
This is harder than I thought it would be. So, okay. Sorry.
All right. So, Sapphire, why'd you have your balloon unpopped?
I thought that you looked really good for your age.
Thank
like,
you.
I couldn't guess. You said 45.
Yeah. 38 in Ethiopia.
Hey. Yeah. But yeah, you look really great. I love your outfit.
Okay, so a lot of the men, it seems like most of the men on here is,
like, yeah, you seem like
pretty young.
most of the men, because she's 45.
Yeah.
Just, so
Might
it seems
end up
like the
popping
men
her
are
balloon.
older. Yeah. Seems like the men are older. Go ahead, though.
Okay.
Because I had to. I mean, based on my last three options. But
Yeah.
I like everything about you. I have nothing bad to say about you. I respect the family. I like how you dress. You look really nice. All black is my favorite color.
Me too.
Am I pretty?
Thank you. All right. Go ahead and ask our two remaining ladies another question.
Okay. So, in the pursuit of love and happiness, what is something that you're willing to sacrifice or give up?
Okay. We'll start here.
Goodness.
Okay, try to sacrifice nothing.
My fellow Americans, right now you can get.
So I would say I would be willing to put, I wouldn't say my career, but the amount of time and energy that I put into that, because I would say that right now is one of the most important things in my life, is to continue to grow and elevate in my career. I would be willing to put that to the side to give more time to my man, to our.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what is something that you're willing to put aside to have a happy relationship?
Yeah.
Or comment. Let us know what you think. How you feel about that? What would you put aside?
You always got to exchange something. What do you offer?
What do you sacrifice?
What do you sacrifice?
Building our relationship. I would say, yeah.
Hey, listen, I respect that. I wouldn't stop the money, though.
He gonna stop that. Yes, he will.
All right, and what about?
He gonna want. Yes, he will. She come home tired all the time. I'm like, you going to start working so much.
Yeah.
I ain't getting no love.
Yeah.
You always tired.
Yeah. Man, it's gonna stop the money if your career is your main priority and your relationship is on the back burner. So a lot of women, you do got to choose nowadays. Even men too, man. You either choose love or you choose a career. A lot of times you can't build both at the same time.
Right.
So people sacrifice career for love, or people sacrifice love for a career.
Yeah, because when people zone out on that career, they be zoned out.
That'd be the love of their life.
Yeah.
Stopping anything ambitious wise, but probably just maybe normal leisurely comforts, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like things that maybe that I like to do for myself that I could maybe sacrifice that time and get more time in. Yeah.
Respect. Okay.
Okay, ladies, any questions for him?
How do you deal with conflict resolution in a relationship?
I like to communicate, hear each other out. I want you to say what you have to say. And I want a woman that's not afraid to speak how she feels. I feel like if you don't let a person speak, you cut them off, or, it's more than just one leader in our household. The man is the head, but the woman is the neck.
Yeah.
So
good,
I can't.
Good answer, man.
We can't function with each other. So how you feel?
The head can only move when the neck. So that's why she said, even the girl in the red said, good thing two become one. So you can move with your neck and your head at the same time. So it is two leaders. My wife is a leader. The two leaders in the house, we both make decisions. That's a united front.
But I'm the neck and you're the head.
Yeah.
So that's the brain.
Yeah.
What you have to say is important. I don't want to go to bed, man. Yeah. So let's clear this out now. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Let's hug, kiss later, and we'll get past it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Don't let resentment build up in a relationship. Or pushing problems under the rug.
How do you protect your peace?
I pray.
Yeah, he was ready for that question. Hey, he was ready for that answer. He said, "So that's easy."
Right.
God.
I came out the trenches. So I'll never go back. So just that thought alone, that brings me peace. And I have to protect that at all costs.
All right. Oh, yo. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. One more. Where did you say you're from? Where are you from?
I'm from Sarasota, Florida, but I just bought a townhouse in Valrico next to Tampa.
Valrico.
What about over here? I think you said you had. Ooh, well, guys, you said you had one more question.
I was gonna ask where he's from.
Oh, perfect. Let us know. Why'd you end up hopping?
Man, you just had to go say you live across the country. Everything was lining up, but that's literally across the country, and I don't know if I'm in a place where I'm willing to put aside things that I'm going on to do a long distance relationship.
Okay.
I respect that.
Now she's someone that you're type.
So that means
she's
she probably wouldn't.
She's gorgeous. Her hair is like perfect. You know, outfit is nice,
She
beautiful
wouldn't
color,
sacrifice her
nice
for
nails.
No, she wouldn't, because she was out. She was hesitating when she said it from the show.
I appreciate that.
All right, let me bring you up here with us. Come on up. All right, any final question? Just one. You get one up here if you guys have one.
Do you have kids?
I don't, but I want some.
Okay. You have a final question? If you don't have one, that's all right as well. Don't worry.
I have to ask a question. It's very important that she knows that I'm interested in her. So, are you looking to be married?
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely your wife.
That's my only question.
All right.
That's all I want to hear right there.
Okay. Well, then let me ask my final question. Is it a yes for you for him?
It definitely is.
Ooh, and is it a yes for you for her?
Absolutely.
We got a match. I'll take this mic.
Got a match. We got a match.
She got one. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
But she got one because she was really picky, but ultimately it seemed like she still got her match.
Yeah. And I did this backwards. Yes. Ultimately she got her a match. And this right here, if I can get this back up for us. Yeah, that's what I pushed last time. And then go. But here we go. Yeah, she got a match. And we hope that we were able to bring some insight to this Pop the Balloon. From this Pop the Balloon to the dating world. This has been another episode.
And let us know what you think. If you, like I said, if it's something you feel like we missed or we could have dug deeper inside this review of this video, let us know what we missed.
Yeah, and also date with more intention and discernment.
Yep, discernment.
Discernment. Am I not saying that right?
Discernment.
Y'all know what I mean. But anyway, it's been another episode of Visions of Love in Relationships. They had vision, and together they built the life that they love. Go build. We'll see you on the next one.
You build the life that you love.
That's right.
We shine so bright, Tanya in the months. We're in the limelight, sharing stories on our podcast every night. Spreading love and soul, our words take flight. Talking about love, we keep it real and raw. Through the ups and downs, we stand tall. Our voices blend like a sweet harmony. Touching hearts, creating unity. Dive deep into emotions, no filter inside. Tanya's honesty, on soulful insight. Exploring love's highs and lows. It's our mission, connecting souls to heartfelt conversation.